Hey guys,
Hi.
got a cute little joke for you today.
Ooh, tell me more. I love when you talk like this to me.
What did they call T'Challa when he was a baby?
I don't know. What's that?
Taquito? I don't know.
I kind of like that. Hey, Taquito, get over here. It's like a New York family.
Yo, Taquito. Yeah.
All right, stop. Kevin, finish your joke.
Nah, they called him Black Pampers.
I wish this was vodka.
When I edit this one, I'm gonna insert the sound of crickets right there.
We might get canceled for that one. It might happen. You never know.
The one I didn't tell we would have gotten canceled for.
Oh, there's a bunch of those. That never ends. Oh boy.
Boner.
All of our jokes have been written by Ralph Boner. Oh, good lord. Welcome back, people of the internet, to another rousing edition of the Real Heroes Show.
Rousing.
I'm Corey. Nick and Kevin are here, and today we're still reeling from the impact of Ralph Boner and the season finale of WandaVision.
The MVP of episode 9.
It was a really hard decision to make this episode today.
His impact grew steadily over the course of the series.
Well,
the series really erected itself into my favorite collection.
Anyway,
I think we've gone too far.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. Nobody watches this show anyways. It's fine. So
that was our Austin Powers moment.
Yeah.
After the events of WandaVision, I think all of our perspectives have shifted a tiny bit on what Marvel's Phase 4 is going to be. And, disclaimer up front, we don't really know when Phase 4 is going to end. We haven't gotten 100% confirmation on what the end's going to be, when Phase 5 is going to start. So we're going off of what we think is going to be the case here, but we figured that after watching WandaVision and getting our first taste of what Phase 4 is going to be like, how many characters can have phallic references in their name moving forward, and just a general broad speculation discussion as to what the heck we might see in this next phase. And just to look at a list, there's a lot. Just movie wise, you've got Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange 2, Thor 4, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Ant-Man 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and Fantastic Four, which is a lot to cover over the course of like a 2.5-year period. And then TV-wise, you've got WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Secret Invasion, Iron Heart, Armor Wars, and it was announced recently that Ryan Coogler is going to be doing a yet-to-be-titled series that takes place in Wakanda. So Phase 4 is dense. It's thick. Yeah. It is a Ralph Boner of a phase, if there ever was one. So
they got some making up to do.
Nick, after seeing WandaVision, do you think that it's going to have a lot of impact on what we see in the entire phase, or do you think maybe it's got just like its own pocket with the Doctor Strange stuff, or how do you think this is all going to tie together moving forward?
Well, you definitely have the Doctor Strange 2 connection with the magic and the Sorcerer Supreme reference, but with also Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, Secret Invasion. There's going to be a connection there. I don't quite know where Vision's going to pop up. That was the big thought last night or yesterday was, what what makes sense for him to appear in what movie or what TV show. For things that are coming out this year alone, I don't foresee him making another appearance, and maybe rightfully so, just to kind of, when he does appear again, it's more impactful. I mean, who knows? He could appear in Doctor Strange too, because of what that might entail with Wanda ripping open the multiverses with her magic, or bringing in Tommy and Billy as Wiccan and Speed. If they were able to keep the abilities that they had in her Hex and her fake reality, and if those are brought into existence, again, it's kind of like, I don't know if they're gonna use, or when the hell they're gonna use the word mutant. We heard Kevin Feige said it on stage. We haven't legitimately heard that in a movie or MCU TV show. So it's very my anxiety is like kind of like waiting for it. Like, come on, like say the damn word. I've been waiting. We've been waiting since like 2008 to hear it with the from the beginning. And now that Marvel has the rights, but I think this is definitely the kicker, and I think in retrospect, I'm glad we kind of did get this first before Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah. And I think you said it, Corey, in our group chat, they've got the bar has been set. So every TV show that comes out, it's gonna get compared to WandaVision. How does Falcon and Winter Soldier, scale up? How does Loki, scale up? How does Ms. Marvel, scale up? So I don't know if any one of those other shows will have any connections to, anything else, like show-wise. Definitely movie-wise, but it'll be pretty interesting to see. Like I said, where White Vision's going to pop up. That's a big thing in my question mark.
Yeah.
And you think he'll stay White Vision? You don't think he's going to go back to looking like the old Vision?
I think he's going to stay that way just because of the comics, maybe.
Okay.
Which I think Paul Bettany might actually like that, so he doesn't have to get all like painted up and.
True.
But the one thing about it, which I think that, we mentioned it off screen, but the look, the detail is outstanding.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know how he feels about it. Maybe portraying it in the future, but I think he'll appear like that for a while, unless he does like what Vision did before in Age of Ultron, when he just kind of magically gave himself a cape.
Sure.
Right. So if he can change colors back, he might do that.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they'll save that for his reuniting with Wanda.
That would be my
idea. Right now, it's a good visual
cue
that he's not the same person that she knew. And then once, because I think that's kind of inevitable, personally, that they'll get back together. And once they do, and all the emotions click back, I think you'll see like like the episode end of episode 2 of WandaVision just fade to color.
Oh yeah, that's cool. You're a smart guy. You know that? Have I ever told you that before? I think I've told you that before.
I think you have. I think
you're a smart fella.
Pretty smart guy. Definitely not a boner.
Definitely not a fart smeller.
Not a fart smeller. So one of the things that, when we're looking over this big list, that is striking to me is that there is no Avengers movie, right? Yeah. Now, in a way, you could say, well, that's obvious, right? Because the Avengers have been disassembled. There's no Tony, there's no Cap, there's all this kind of stuff. However, that has never stopped them in the comics. That the list of Avengers has been ever changing since it started.
Yep.
But the impact that has is that all of these characters are kind of scattered across these random movies, not to mention the fact that half of them are going to be new characters that we're going to be seeing. So I think that one of the things we have to look forward to, and I think WandaVision kind of sets it up a little bit, is that these characters that we already know and love are probably going to be making a hell of a lot of cameos in these other films.
And
I think it's going to be similar to what you've seen with, you know, Iron Man showing up in the Spider-Man films, and you know, all of them basically showing up in Civil War, and you know, stuff like that, you know. So it's going to be definitely a different kind of phase, because there's no like, you know, coming together for Avengers style movies. Sorry. Boner.
Oh God.
But I think what we're going to see are movies like Doctor Strange that is going to pull in multiple characters,
right,
like Wanda, potentially Vision, you know. And then, you know, I think the other thing that this sets up is that Phase 4 and potentially Phase 5, even more so, can be real heavy on magic. You know, we're talking about Wanda now. Obviously, we're talking about Doctor Strange, but you can't really bring Fantastic Four into the picture without bringing Doctor Doom into the picture. Obviously, he's a big magic user. At times more powerful than Doctor Strange even. The fact that they introduced the Darkhold and confirmed that that's what it was. You can get other characters too, you know. We can have Ghost Rider, we can have Mephisto and Nightmare and all these people that we thought might happen.
Blade, which we know is happening.
Blade, yeah, absolutely. So we got witches. It's not a big stretch to go to vampires, you know.
Yeah, not at all.
And then, you know, we've got this multi-dimensional stuff. There's talk of, I think you guys heard the rumor of Henry Cavill coming over to the MCU in the form of Captain Britain.
Yeah. Come on over.
Most of what Excalibur did was interdimensional stuff.
Yep.
You know, with Mojo World, and they had weird ass fucking werewolves and shit like that in Excalibur. Man. There's some really cool stuff, and you can't get into the future of the MCU, I think, without talking about realities and interdimensional travel and stuff, and in order to get, you know, characters like Rachel Summers and Phoenix, and you know, with time travel with Cable, and I mean, there's so much stuff that we're probably going to see in phases 5 and 6 and throughout the next 10 years, and I kind of feel like this is or was the vehicle that we thought it was going to be to get us there, but just in a much different way.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you look at the MCU from 2008 to Endgame, which is 2019, I guess, most of it, they figured out a way to science everything, right? Like, Iron Man's suit is all science. Spider-Man's web shooters are all science. The Hulk is all science. It's all radiation and science-based. Now the doors have been blasted open, and we literally saw a Salem witch trial in WandaVision.
Yeah,
like we are full into magic, which is going to be interesting, and it makes you wonder. You know, this could be possibly the next question for the two of you. Who is the overarching big bad going to be, in the same way that we had a Thanos that kind of was the guy lurking in the back for most of at least the end of phase 1 all the way through till the end of phase 3. Is that a Mephisto? Is it a Nightmare? Or is it something more grounded, like a Doctor Doom or a Norman Osborn? You know, the door is really open for a lot.
I have my suspicions that it's somebody that's already maybe been announced in Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Could be Kang. Yeah.
Just because we've already talked about time travel and the time heist and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know if you guys saw the similar videos that I've seen online talking about how Tony may have already known about Kang the Conqueror in the past, based on some of the other times that you could see on the time machine that he had created. Past, because he had more Pym particles, he had 2 extra ones, so it looks like he probably made 2 trips leading up to that as kind of test trips. And if so, he could have seen what was going on, because one of them was like 2088 BC, which was like the first appearance of one of the stones on Earth,
right?
Which is one of the times that Kang the Conqueror would have been around. So there's, you know, that's kind of an Easter egg in the way that we saw Wakanda on a map before.
Right.
it's like kind of a, you probably missed it. All of us, most of us missed it. But he's already been announced for the next Ant-Man movie, which isn't coming for a very long time. So that gives them the opportunity to build up to Kang over the next 2 years, to kind of get to that. And apparently there was maybe even a reference to, I'm forgetting, the Chronopolis or something, like the city that Kang was. I don't know. Kang had a city called like Chronopolis or something like that.
Yeah.
And apparently there was a little vision of that city.
In the quantum realm, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, it seems like maybe they are laying the groundwork for Kang to take over. If we see Doctor Doom, who I'd love to be that big baddie, I don't think he'll be there until Phase 5, because Fantastic Four is at the very end of Phase 4.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. True. Nick, what do you think? Who do you think is going to be the main villain of these next couple of years, or will there even be one?
I think we don't know when officially when Phase 4 officially ends. So with kind of that notion, I think we're gonna have like multiple inferences of villains, right? I don't know about an overall arcing one. I do think that obviously, since it is confirmed that Kang the Conqueror is going to be the next multi-phase villain, just because he's well known, he's a big bad, he's got a lot of history and lore with the Marvel universe, so I do think that, but I don't want to take away from anyone else that could be a villain, right? Like again, like let's say like Falcon Winter Soldier, like Zemo is a bad guy villain, right? But he's not something that's going to be something that requires the Avengers.
He's not
to
Thanos.
Assemble again, right? Kang could be that guy that makes all the heroes need to unite again. And same thing with Doom. Doom could do that, but again, you can't have Doom without the Fantastic Four. Right. Not having any mutants means that we're not going to have any sort of mutant villain. So you can kind of cross that off the list. So it's
no
like
Magneto.
who are you left with,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
like
it's
no Apocalypse, like. Now I will say, if you're going to include Rama Tut because of the pre-history from Kang, you could also include Apocalypse, because he has Egyptian ties as well.
Yeah, and Moon Knight is happening.
To become the very first, right? So it's very possible to see him maybe in the later phase, done properly. And nothing against Oscar Isaac, but
not Oscar Isaac caked up in 37 layers of fucking makeup.
God.
Sorry.
I will say this though, I still think there is room for a Mephisto Nightmare reveal.
Yeah.
And again, I think for as long as it's been hyped up by everyone from WandaVision, including us, because it just it made sense to a degree, but I don't know if that would have been too much, because it's like, oh shit, here's the devil, but no one else is assembled yet, so you're just basically leaving it to Wanda to battle him, which, right? I don't know.
But we should also remember, I think, that Thanos was not the main villain of Phase 1, and he was not the main villain of Phase 2. Mm-hmm. He ended up being the main villain of Phases 1, 2, and 3 by the end of it. Like, he was the big guy. But we could still be leading up to Doctor Doom, which would make a hell of a lot of sense. But him being, for the next 2 or 3 phases, being that big bad.
Yeah.
And now would be the time to start just very subtly planting the seeds for something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think we saw
and Fantastic Four is easy to introduce too. It's not like the X-Men.
Right. No, that's the X-Men is a much larger character roster.
Still waiting on that aerospace engineer reveal.
Oh yeah, that didn't happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
oh well, whatever. I think so. For me, I'm more of a, I guess, logistical thing than a speculation on story. But I think that with Phase 4 being the first time that Disney and Marvel are doing movies and TV shows, I think WandaVision has shown us that we have to kind of reframe the way we look at these. I think that all of the TV shows are going to be there as vehicles to either introduce new characters or to build existing characters up to the place where we care about them the same way we cared about an Iron Man or a Captain America. And then all of the real oh shit stuff is going to happen in the movies. I think they're saving all of that for the films. I think when you look at like all of these movies, maybe not so much this year, but the ones that are coming out in 2022. So Doctor Strange 2, Thor Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, and Ant-Man 3. Those all scream huge team up, almost Avengers sized movies. Right? So like Doctor Strange 2 is going to have Doctor Strange and Wanda. There's plenty of reason to suspect that there will be some other Avengers players that show up. Thor Love and Thunder has Thor, all the Guardians of the Galaxy, all the different Thor cast. There's a rumor that Captain Marvel might show up in that film. Like that feels like an Avengers type deal.
There's a good chance we'll see Adam Strange in here somewhere too.
Right, absolutely, 100%.
I'm sorry, Adam Warlock.
Warlock, because the stinger from Guardians 3 or 2 is basically him.
Please. That would. If I had one other request to see a character, it would be fucking Adam Warlock, because I know we didn't get him for the Infinity War Endgame, like the Infinity Gauntlet, but he was such a pivotal character. And again, you could set up the Infinity Watch in the future. You know, so it's possible that he does come into play. And I see people asking James Gunn on social media, will Adam Warlock be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3? He's just like,
and he's usually pretty forthcoming about stuff, so there's a pretty good chance I think that's going to happen. But the point is, a lot of these movies are big ones where, like we mentioned before, the characters are all getting together. The TV shows are going to do a terrific job of elevating characters so that when you see them in these future movies, like for example, Captain Marvel 2, you're going to have Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel joining Carol Danvers. So now you've basically got 3 lead superheroes in that movie instead of just one. And by the time you get there, you got to spend all of WandaVision with Monica, and you're going to get to spend all of Miss Marvel with Kamala Khan. You're going to care about those 2 characters just as much, maybe even more than you care about Carol Danvers, because you've only seen her for like 2 hours at this point. Right? Which I think that's going to elevate all of those films and make those films feel much more like a crossover event in a comic book. Whereas the TV shows are more of like their standalone runs, which has the character development and all that. So, and I'm excited about that. I think that's awesome. Like, I cannot wait to see what Falcon and Winter Soldier does for Sam and Bucky, because I like both of those characters a lot. But like when you look at it, they haven't had a lot of screen time. They've both been pivotal to Steve Rogers' story, but they don't really have their own stories yet. And now they're getting their own. And then by the time, you see those 2 pop up in an Avengers film, you're going to be like, oh my God, yes, Sam Wilson and Bucky are here. Like that's going to be terrific. So,
I'm really looking forward to that show. So, and those are, did the runtimes get confirmed, or is it still like speculation that they might be
Feige
like
said
hour?
45 to 50 minutes per episode, and there's 6 episodes. So you'll basically get
a lot of material.
The WandaVision finale times 6 for that show. And the budget was confirmed in a Variety article that it was $150 million, which means that each episode costs $25 million, which is about double what a Mandalorian episode costs to do. So
for a TV series,
Disney, they They're swinging for the fences with that one on a budget level. So I think where WandaVision, you had like that one finale that had a lot of CGI and it looked like a movie or whatever. I think that's kind of what you're going to get every single week with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Which is pretty insane. Man, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
What a time to be alive.
It is quite a time. Gents, any other thoughts on Phase 4? Are you excited more for Phase 4 after WandaVision or less?
Hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot more.
Okay.
You know, that at the end of Endgame, there was this big, like, oh my God, that was amazing. And then there was like a minor depression. It's like, fuck, you know, this character's dead and this character's dead. And like, where do you go from here?
What are we going to do without Cap and Tony, right?
Yeah.
Well, even like for the Spider-Man Far From Home, like, you know, that even that reveal, like Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Like, oh, what's going to happen from there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
18 months.
So,
of nothing.
I mean, you start talking
exactly.
start talking about bringing in people like Reed Richards and Doctor Doom and stuff, and things suddenly start getting more interesting. And then, you know, you've got the rumors that the X-Men is in development now. No casting attached to it or anything just yet, but you know, it's there. It's a thing, and it's starting to happen. And when that happens, excitement level goes through the roof because they've always been my favorite anyway. So, yeah, I'm here for it, man.
Cool, good stuff. Well, I think that's a good place for us to wrap this one up, or else we could probably go on for another 2 hours about all the little things and places that Marvel could go. Needless to say, it is very exciting, and we're super thrilled to see it all pan out. And from the date of this recording, it's only 13 days until we get the next one, which is pretty incredible. So guys, we would love to hear your thoughts on this. You know, if you have any theories or any thoughts on where Phase 4 is going, please leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. That way you never miss another one. Look out for another video from us later this week. We're going to hold the topic as a little bit of a surprise for that one. Make you wait for it. And then at the week after that, we're full bore into Falcon and Winter Soldier and Zack Snyder's Justice League hype mode. So be on the lookout for that. And we will see you guys in the next video.